something new. Dave from Fear Not Tarantulas. You have 2 videos upcoming after this. 2 videos of my brother's, an unboxing that he did for tarantulas that he had ordered from Fear Not Tarantulas. Link will be down in the description. This is my scratcher. I love this thing. He got baptized by fire on this unboxing, and I mean, I kind of, I know the speed of the one tarantula because I have one, and you'll get to see it kind of take off out of the cup or the shipping vial and start to run up his arm, but that's all you're really going to see because the way that the camera was set so that he wasn't actually on camera, so it was kind of down, and then I had zoomed in because we were looking at an enclosure inside, so we were zooming in at the actual looking in the vial while I was in the enclosure to see the tarantula itself. So I never unzoomed it. If I would have done it wide angle a little bit more, maybe we would have seen a little bit more, but you're going to see probably about maybe 30 seconds of this, my hand trying to get the spider off of his arm. So when it came out, it ran up this arm, ran across the back shoulder, and came back down here to his forearm, and this is where we got the tarantula back into the catch cup. He was calm the whole entire time. I was actually surprised, but he didn't really freak out, but he didn't at all, and that, that may just be ingrained. Some people just are a little bit more calmer. Most people would kind of, oh my god, but when you have a second person there, it's not so bad. You could just let the tarantula do what it needs to do and have somebody else get it. When you're by yourself, it's much worse, and I've had that happen. I've had an HMAC in my belly button that was about yay big, that ran up my arm, down the back of my sweatshirt, and around here. I didn't even know it was there because it was so small I couldn't feel it. I'm trying to figure out where it was, and I did the unboxing in the bathroom. This was a couple years ago, and I felt something funny on my belly button. I slowly lifted up my sweatshirt, and there it was. So that was a treat getting that guy back in. And I've had a Poecilotheria rufilata that came out of its enclosure when I was tongue feeding it, a big male, a good 7.5 inch male, not even mature yet. He was a monster. He missed the prey item, came up the tongs and did the same exact thing, ran up this arm, ran down this arm, and sat here. So I just kind of moved my hand over to the enclosure and just kind of slowly nudged him, and he ran back in. And that stuff happens sometimes. You do all the things that you can to prevent it, but it happens. So in the second video, you will get to see the tarantulas he already owns. You'll get to hear about the one that he already has ordered. He paid the deposit on. It's coming to Buffalo at the Buffalo Reptile Expo in the fall, unless we decide to do a road trip, and we'll meet Sean halfway. Sean's going to be vending at Buffalo, so we're going to definitely film there. So we'll take the handheld. We'll see how the handheld did. I did video with the handheld. It was stationary. The problem is I don't know if that picked up that escape or not, because I may have been in front of that camera. I don't know what that footage picked up, but we'll see. I let that camera roll pretty much the whole time. I didn't pause it at all, where I was pausing this every now and then for different clips. I edited out the one tarantula because it was so small, smaller than what he expected. It was not really necessary for the video, so I kind of edited it out, and that'll be the tiny, probably second instar Hapalopa species Columbia large. That was a freebie from his order from Fear Not. So hope you guys enjoy the videos. You don't get to see him, but you'll get to hear him. People say we kind of sound alike. I don't know. You can tell me if you think so, if our voices sound similar or not. I know my oldest son and my second oldest son, people get us mixed up all the time. If they don't see us, they're hearing us. We do. Our voices do sound alike. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, and comment down below if you guys want to see more content from stuff from Chris, and we'll see you real soon. Bye. Hello everybody, it's Dave from Fear Not Tarantulas. We are at my brother Chris's house. We are unboxing a package from Fear Not Tarantulas. These are stuff that he ordered. I know what it is. I know what they are, and he's got everything set up. So we'll see how everything comes out, and then we'll do the rehousings as we go. I'm filming with both my normal camera and then my actual handheld. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna see how this works out. Say hi, Chris.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Packaging's real nice.
Tanya's a expert packer. She's been doing it for a long time. Great customer service. She's got great communication. When did you order these?
Friday? Yeah, I believe I ordered them on Friday.
Friday, and he got the email yesterday with the packing information, and they arrived today, which is Monday morning. Tuesday morning. I'm a day off. That's what happens when you don't work. Tuesday morning. She shipped them Monday morning. So there's the cool pack. As to keep them cool on their ride here. And Tanya's in Virginia Beach, so I'm sure it's a tad bit warmer down there than it is here. Actually, my daughter's in Virginia Beach right now on her mission trip. So it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. And we'll just go over one at a time what they are.
Alright, we'll start with the biggest one, which is the Orphanaceous Philippinus. This should be about 2 inches long.
He's already got all the enclosures set up. I'm sure he had them set up probably 5 days ago, but he usually prepares early. Not like me. I prepare never.
This is my first unboxing. I do have a few that were acquired by some guy on Erie Arachnids. Don't know his name.
You're probably better off that way.
Yeah. So, I think we're just going to get this right.
Well, you have how many right now? You have the Neo Health, the Insei, the Pelma Baumgarteni. Those are the two that I gave you, and then the Davus Penaloris.
P. Metallica and the Costa Rican punk. Or no, the
Davus Penaloris.
Yes, that one.
So there's four down. There's 4 downstairs right now, and he has one coming in the Buffalo show in September.
Yes, the Jewel, the
his
Brachypelma auratum, confirmed 4-inch female.
Which would probably be more closer to 5-inch by the time we get her.
She's looking to be in pre-molt, so.
That was kind of his dream tarantula. Well, kind of.
It was, yeah. So, all right. So we are going to check it out. You can see it is down there, unconfirmed.
Should be about 2 inches, so we should be able to tell in the next molt. Now these buggers are fast, just so you know. What you want to do with this, Chris, is instead of pulling from the middle, pinch and pull from the side. If you pull from the middle, what happens is it'll unwind inside and it'll smush the spider. So that's just her cover. There it is. So you better wait. Put her in her or his enclosure and get him out because he's going to want to bolt. So this is the setup. He's got one of these, like an Exoterra breeder boxes.
They are perfect. You got the lid, and then on the side it has a slot for feeding. So you really don't need to get your hands all in there.
Also has this one right here too.
Yes, there's 2 of them actually. So we are not out yet.
I would move that to the middle. This way, if it does go out, we have a better chance of capturing it.
Get a good look. Tell me if it looks like it's ready to run.
Oh yeah. No, it's not ready to run yet. Now it's backing up. You might want to just take and lay your, this is what I would do, take your vial and lay it down inside. Oh, there it is. Just relax. Right back in. You have to just be calm and don't freak out when this happens. It's not like in the plastic.
There, easy peasy.
Now you can.
I'll just leave that
Leave it
there
there.
and
Let it come out
come
on
out
its
its own. Let it catch its breath.
I don't know how much you guys saw that because I was over here, but because I have it zoomed in.
Well, as you
The other
know,
video thing will definitely be able to see it.
on Eerie Arachnids, my brother is giving you guys the comedy sessions. So there's one for you.
Hopefully that was on film. Now that spider, if it wasn't on film, actually went up his left arm all the way across his back down to his right arm. And then I had to catch cup and try to coax it into that, which it didn't really particularly care for the plastic much. But you could see that they aren't beasts. It didn't want to try and bite them even when I was trying to get it into the catch cup. They're just scared, really. But yeah, so I'm hoping it's a female because, of course, we all want females. But if it is male, I happen to know a lovely female that resides out in McCain.
All right. So that's missing a little bit of the name. We are going to. All right. This one here is now, the Ephebopus rufescens. Yes, that one. It is the burgundy. Yes, the burgundy spider.
One of my favorites.
What I did here is I got these off of Amazon. They are actually spice jars. They're like 6 ounces. What I like about it is because, of course, you have 3 little sections here for watering. Don't have to open it up and twist it off. And you have one for feeding. And also in case, you need to get in there with tweezers or whatnot and not really have to disturb the spider. So that's what I did there. I bought these and got them all set up. So we are going to now open this one.
And if you thought the last one was fast, wait till you see this one.
Well, then we might have another runner. This one's going to be even smaller. Alright.
The problem is that we only have, what we'll do now is we'll take the vial that the old Philippines came in, and I'll use that as a catch cup now because the one that we had is inside the other enclosure with the spider still in it. So
I do have this smaller one, but
we'll make sure we get that Philippines out of there before I leave. We're also going to film his other animals downstairs too. So
now we are all the way down there. So
let me show you.
that's really wet.
Yeah. That's it. Grab that whole entire thing and just pull it right out. Should slide. There you go.
Yeah,
That's the best way to do it. And I made mistakes back when the first few times that I unpacked things because you want to pull the middle out, and what happens when you pull the middle out is you unravel the paper towels depending on how people pack them. When you unravel it, it actually ravels inside of itself, and it can squish the tarantulas inside.
Well, it really doesn't seem like it wants to come out. It's not moving at all. It's really down there at the bottom.
What I usually do with these is, I know you guys have seen it before, but is just take the towel inside this bigger bin and just kind of unroll it. Just grab the one end and then unroll it to the part where it's flat, and then you can hold that and get it right up next to the enclosure that you want to put it in. And if the spider does run, you have that little bit of a barrier there. It's got to get out of this enclosure before it gets out of the other one, or gets out on the table here.
is tiny.
Let's take a look
Whoop.
and not smush it. There it is, tiny little Rehousings. So right now you probably could just pick up that paper towel and very carefully and just kind of coax it down in there. It should just go right down in. At least that's what we want.
Come on, go ahead. Don't back up. Grab a hold of something. No, it's touching you, so you don't want to. Just use a little paintbrush to try to coax it. There we go.
There we go.
And there you have it.
Okay, so 2 in, 2 to go.
That one.
Okay, so we got the old Filipinus in. I had to pause there for a second. I forgot to start it back up again, but we did get that little 1-2 go in, and we'll show you the setup that he made. It's just a basic setup. It's got the beginner burrow, and it's got the the ability to burrow back in the back. And you said you had a tube back here.
Yeah, it's just probably like a 3-inch tube. It came with a shelving unit, plastic shelving unit. It just connected the shelves together for packaging, and I saved them, and it came in use. So I just kind of created a little cheater burrow for it. I filled it with some substrate so it can do what it wants in there. I do have a mixture of peat moss and cocoa fiber. On the bottom there is vermiculite, assorted this and that. It's got some
Normal, basic, everyday setup. I mean, at least it's not a box with just dirt in it, right?
Right. I did use a little bit bigger enclosure only because I wanted the depth for it to be able to burrow. So it has the opportunity to grow, and I will have to rehouse it for a good while.
Okay, and we will move to the next.
Alright, we are back here. I am opening it up.
Yeah, on camera. I don't want to lift the camera up anyhow.
Kind of a surprise. This is a Fear Not Tarantulas. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to practice.
Tailless whip scorpion. This was just an add-on late for my brother because he wanted one, and his birthday is coming up and he's old, so
Yeah, that I am.
let's see how this little guy is.
And there it is. This will be cool because I'll have 2 different whip scorpions in the collection. And what we're going to do is Chris graciously donated his spice container that we couldn't use for his Apolopa species Columbia large, so I'll be able to get an idea how these things work, and we'll be able to review them. I think all the things that he showed before are really cool aspects of this, so all we'll have to do is kind of change. These guys are pretty much harmless, so they can scutter a little bit.
About
I don't think this is very big, right? It's only about a 1/2 inch
No.
body size.
It's supposed to be an inch, and I mean he hasn't made a movement.
Yeah, these don't travel well. They are mostly how
We're
it
gonna
does when we
unravel
unwrap
this
it.
just because I haven't seen a movement.
No, he's dead.
Nope, we
No,
got leg
really?
movement. Alright, little guy, let's.
He's not looking good.
Yeah. He's just a little.
He's a little timid right now. So we can just put this guy in my hand and see what happens here. Get him off this paper towel. Oh, he's moving pretty good now. There he is right there. Now, Cat has one of these. These are from Florida, these guys here, so they're American native. So we'll see how this one does, but he looks to be okay now. Seems to be moving okay. We'll just kind of into get him off my thumb.
He's playing hide and seek with me.
Yeah.
Maybe get your thumb down in and just kind of like scrape it along the. Maybe it'll catch the bark. Come on.
Hard for me to see him.
There we go.
Yeah, he's in. Now, not much of that you guys saw because I think we might have been at a bad angle, but
Well, it's very hard to see there because all the textures from the background of the bark and the substrate are the same exact color.
Yeah.
But if you can see,
We'll get it with the
the
light.
antennae moving, and he's coming towards the front. So he seems to be doing all right there for now.
What we'll do is we'll push the bark down just a little bit into that substrate, try and keep it still.
Just don't push it in.
Seems
there.
to be good. No, he's on the front now. We might be able to see him a little bit. Oh, nope, he's back to the back again. These things are pretty skittish, really, especially as small ones. But there it is, right there. It is. So we got a new whip scorpion for the collection.
All right. Now, last but not least, this is something that I've been debating on getting because I'm not really an expert. I haven't had any issues as far as the teas that I have. And of course, they're all small, but this is another pokey. I debated it for a good while on whether or not to get this. So I decided to.
You know how those debates work, people. You debate it, and get it anyway, even though you try to talk yourself out of it.
So this is what we got. We've got a P. regalis, and I am.
He was pretty excited about
about
this.
this one.
We talked about it a handful of times on. He asked me what I thought about him, and I told him my experiences with the big female that I had. I sold her. Somebody wanted to breed, and I don't even remember who it was, but I'm pretty sure that she was huge. At that point, she was probably all of 8 inches. She was a big spider, and she was not easy to pack. I can tell you that. She fought me tooth and nail.
Okay.
It wasn't the worst packing experience I have, but definitely one of them.
We are down in the bottom. So.
Now, you guys all know how pokies are. You just never know. You can blink your eye and then they'll just jet on you. But I found with the Poecilotheria species that if you, they kind of are shy, really. They're more shy than they are anything. So if you scare them a little bit, they'll tend to just hunker down and not want to move.
And that is what I'm going to teach it, so it doesn't ever bite me.
I gave him the How to Train Your Tarantulas book.
Yeah.
So, written by myself.
It had nice colored pictures.
Stick figures, but they were at least in color.
I'm kind of hoping that it would come to the top a little bit so you guys can see it, but it's still kind of in there. It hasn't really moved its position. It's just coming along.
Get that out of there.
So there it comes. So basically what I am going to do is just try to coax it right in, and success.
There we go. That's generally what happens with Poecilotheria. They like to go down in the beginning, especially a sling. So they'll want to, when they come out, they want to just go right down into whatever you have open because they need safety, and they're trying to get away with whatever it is. And if you note the way that he was holding, I don't know if you could see it. Again, I'm kind of trying to do 2 cameras at one time. The other camera's been rolling the whole entire time, so again, that was just an experiment. But anyway, the way he was holding that paper towel, there was pressure towards the bottom, and the tarantula moved to the top, came right out and went down inside. So all in all, I think it was a pretty successful event here, other than the little one, the little tiny Hapalopus species Columbia large. He'll have to work that out, what he wants to put that in. I would probably almost consider something like that instead of something like this, but
A Jello shot.
yeah,
Basically,
little tiny
that's what
2 ounce condiment cups, or whatever they call them, sauce cups, or Jello
these
shot
are
cups.
actually crested gecko food dishes.
Here you go.
That's what they were bought for.
So what we'll do now is we'll pause this again. Now I'm going to have to do some editing because it's going to be very long. We're already probably at 17 minutes. Well, it's not actually that long for my videos, but we're going to take a look at some of the other stuff, and we want to do a real good look at the panther chameleon, which I do not know the scientific name of because I don't own one, so I don't know what it is, but I'm sure we could look it up, and I can add it in the description down below. So we'll take a look at that and the crested gecko enclosure. We'll get a kind of shot of him. He's on the him, right? The gecko.
I believe so. Yeah, it looks like he has a bulge.
So we'll get a look at him on the side of the glass where he's at, and then the way that he set up the enclosure, and then we'll take a look at the Pueblan milk snake. It's another one I don't know the scientific name for. It's a colobrood, if I am correct in that aspect. So at least we know what the family is, but I'm not exactly sure what the binomial name is for that. But and then we'll take a look at least. Oh, he's got the other spiders up. No, you don't have the other. Yeah, you do.
They're all
Oh
over.
yeah, the other one's up here, so we might as well take a look at the 4 that he's got. 3 that he got from the best YouTube presenter that's out there, and then 1 he got on his own from Ruth at Mostly Reptiles down in Buffalo when we were down there.